Awards are great ways to reward creative excellence, which in no doubt is one of the reasons TEL Communications Limited, the Grand Masters of Journalism, a foremost media organization, the publishers of TEL magazines, held an award ceremony to appreciate the hard efforts of well-deserving individuals, both from the private and public sectors, as well as corporate bodies, who have contributed immensely to the growth and upliftment of the country. The event was held at the Civic Center, Victoria Island, Lagos, on Saturday, 17th June 2017. Regarded as a magazine that has zero tolerance for sensationalism, the organizers have promised that the TEL Awards for Excellence will be the most credible media awards in Nigeria. TEL Communications Limited, as part of recent innovations, decided in 2017 to begin the celebration of exceptional persons as a patriotic way of promoting excellence in Nigeria. The event, which was moderated by the chairman, Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, was well attended by dignitaries from various spheres of life, among whom were the awardees of the night, which consist of His Imperial Majesty, Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi, the Ojaja II, the Ooni of Ife, the First Lady of Nigeria, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, who was represented by the Special Advisor on Administration in the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Ajo Sani, OON, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was ably represented by veteran journalist Mr. Dele Alaki. Governor of Cross River State was represented by his deputy, Professor Evare Esu. The Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Kashim Shettima, the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), Professor Umar Garba Dambata, Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mr. Mohammed Babandede, who was represented by his deputy, Chief Leo Stanley Eke, Chief Executive Officer of Zynox Technologies Limited, who was in company of his wife, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), Dr. Dakuku Peterside, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Elima Dakuku Peterside. Chairman, Air Peace Airline, Barrister Allen Onyema, and his wife, Mrs. Alice Onyema. Also in the list of awardees were late Chief Gani Fawayemi, who was ably represented by the Fawayemi clan, consisting his wife, Mrs. Ganiat Fawayemi, daughter, Basirat, and son, Barrister Mohammed Fawayemi. Late Delegiwa was also represented by his family, Mrs. Fumi Delegiwa, his wife, and his immediate younger brother, Mr. Tunde Giwa. The representative of Dangote Industries, Mr. Anthony Chejina, who is the group head, Corporate Communications Dangote, was also present. Other guests were former Deputy Governor of Lagos State and current Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), Princess Adejoke Orelope Adefulire, Nigeria's foremost journalist and former Minister of Information and Culture, Prince Tony Momo, veteran journalist Chief Sam Amuka, wife of the former Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Mrs. Fumi Adeshegun, among others. It was an evening of fun and glamour, as the Nigerian Immigration Service Band, all looking professional, turned up. They brought life to the atmosphere with a light flow of rhythmic orchestra ensemble. The event kicked off with the opening remarks by Mr. Nosa Igiebo, the president of TEL Communications Limited. Mr. Nosa Igiebo congratulated the awardees on their well-deserved laurels, adding that Nigeria is blessed to have such patriotic and selfless individuals. Speaking on the June 12 saga, Mr. Nosa Igiebo stated that late MKO Abiola deserves to be celebrated on a national level rather than the June 12 celebration, which is restricted to the southwest part of the country. He added that the betrayal of late MKO Abiola by those who profited from his sacrifice was one of the reasons the TEL editorial board decided to create the magazine's Award for Excellence. He said the award was to recognize excellence and shine the bright light on individuals and corporate bodies who are thinking outside the box. He said the award was also to recognize unsung heroes and inspire others to do the same.
The betrayal of Abiola, especially by those who profited most from his sacrifice, It's one of the reasons that TEL's editorial board decided to create the magazine's awards for excellence. Yes, there's widespread cynicism among the public, and we all know why it is so. Everywhere you look, there's chaos in our country. Nigeria can arguably be described as a failing state, if not yet a failed one. However, in our vast ocean of despair and desolation, there are small but significant islands of progress, of excellence and hope, represented by people and institutions in both the public and private sectors. So we thought there was a need, a very urgent one, to shine a bright light on such islands, to recognize and honor these men, women, and institutions that are doing things differently from the narrative of a country where nothing works and nobody cares. And in doing so, they will inspire others to begin to do things differently too, and increase the number of those who are doing everything to lift Nigeria from our present morals of overwhelming self-inflicted failure. We got to make the TEL Awards for Excellence an annual event. But going forward, our intention is to broaden the scope and reach of the awards.
Speaking on late Chief Gani Fawayimi and late Mr. Delegiwa, Mr. Nosa Igebo said, Nigerians must not forget them in a hurry, because they were warriors who fought unwavering in good fight for the masses in Nigeria. It was then time for the presentation of awards. The first award of the evening was the TEL CEO of the Year Award, which went to Professor Umar Garba Dambata, the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC.
1 minute. Another recognition to the Commission, to my person, and I'm part and parcel of the Nigerian Communications Commission. And I therefore dedicate this award to members of the staff of the Nigerian Communications Commission. And I would like to assure our commitment to continue the work we're doing. We are normally circumspect by recognitions such as this. What they do is to inspire us to even do more in order to successfully drive the communication sector of the economy to attain the desired social and economic transformation of our society. I would like to thank you very much for the attention.
Next was the TEL Award for the Outstanding Public Servant of the Year, which was carted away by the Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mr. Mohammed Babandede. The award for the Domestic Airline of the Year was presented to Air Peace Airline.
Has dedicated the award to their staff. I want to thank the staff, the management and staff of Air Peace, this great airline, Bus Airline. Air Peace was primarily set up in 2014 by myself and my wife to create jobs for the TV unemployed people of this country. And that is what we set out to do.
The award for the Public Organization of the Year was carted away by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA.
Please be informed that this program is being streamed live on www.tel.ng and on Facebook, TEL Magazine.
Let me dedicate this award to our president for his foresight, his vision, and his charge the day we were appointed that we should go reform NIMASA, reposition NIMASA, and restructure NIMASA. I believe, Mr. President, even in absentia, that we have kept to that charge.
While the award for the Private Sector Company of the Year was given to Dangote Cement.
of all, I will say a big thank you to the TEL Group, Losa and his gang for this recognition.
Wait,
and above all to
dedicate
this award.
Let's go.
Not only to the #1 visionary of Dangote Group, that's Aliko Dangote, and the staff of Dangote, but especially to all Nigerians. This award is meant for every Nigerian. We believe so much in Nigeria.
Please be informed that this program is being streamed live on www.tel.ng and on Facebook, Tel Magazine.
And I dedicate this award first to my wife, who is my competitor and partner, and my staff, who continue to give me the clue and share knowledge for me to continue to move on. But like I said, I dedicate this to all Nigerians for giving me an opportunity to be progress.
The next category of awards was the posthumous National Hero Awards. First was the all-time award for the National Icon of Freedom of Speech, which was presented to Mr. Delegiwa.
I received this award on behalf of the Giwa's family with trepidation in memory and appreciation of my immediate elder brother. Delegiwa was stampeded out of this sinful war on the 19th of October 1986 by the evil genius and his co-travelers. There's no doubt that Dele touches and change the faces of journalism in Nigeria. Not how far, but how well. On behalf of Dele's widow, the children, and entire Giwa's family, I say thank you to the publishers of TEL for this award.
While Chief Gani Fahimi got the award for the all-time national hero of the rule of law and human rights advocacy.
Nigeria is a very special country. There's no country that will not have turmoil. There's no country that will not have problems. I call on my brother, Nnamdi Kanu, to please look for a better way to actualize progress, productivity, and priority for his people. He should not open old wounds. Anytime I think of Biafra, I think of Ojukwu. That is the man who is Biafra, and that's the man who took Biafra away. My brothers who did the Kaduna declaration, please, that idea of chasing the evils from the north, drop it. We will all join hands together to make Nigeria one of the best countries, one of the most powerful countries, and one of the richest countries in this world.
The awards for the Governor of the Year were bagged by the Governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, and the Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Kashim Shettima.
We are very proud of the Igbo. Nobody can drive them out of the north. But I want to call on all Nigerian leaders to rise up in unison and condemn extremist tendencies of whatever party. We are Nigerians. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I would rather be a small fish in a big pond than be a big fish in a small pond. The hope for the black man, ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highness, the hope for the black man raised not with the heartbreaking South Africans. The hope for the black man lies not with the obsequious Kenyans. The hope for the black man lies in the people of Nigeria.
service to the people of Cross River State and indeed the country Nigeria. The governor he came in with zeal before he even started. He had his agenda and he went on straight away to do what he had planned to do. That has resulted in the fact that within 2 years of office, a gigantic edifice like a garment factory is up and running and was commissioned only 2 years ago, or 2 weeks ago, by the acting president, which he has completed. There's the number of water projects at Ikom and Budu and in Okpoma are all either completed or commissioned or nearing completion. These are some of the things that have not even been mentioned, not to talk of the various things that are happening in the agricultural sector. We want to thank Nigerians for appreciating and encouraging the governor. He will do, I assure you that he will do more.
Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu bagged the award for the National Icon of Democracy.
I bring you good tidings from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As you know, he's unavoidably absent. He's not even in the country at the moment. So they called me this evening to stand in for him and convey his best wishes, not just to Tel Magazine, but to the entire people of Nigeria. Firstly, to thank the management and staff of Tel Magazine for deeming it appropriate to confer this honor on him and to duly recognize his modest achievements and contributions to the growth of democracy in Nigeria. We all know Asiwaju's trajectory, democratic credentials and all that. There be no repetition here. But he has asked me to tell you, and especially tell, that himself, some of us, and especially the TEL community, were partners in the struggle to actualize democracy in Nigeria. And you all know that anyway. But he said that the people of our own generation.
The highlight of the evening was the presentation of the TEL Woman of the Year and TEL Man of the Year awards. The First Lady of Nigeria, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, won the award for the Woman of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege for me to be here to receive this award for Her Excellency, the wife of the President. I'm a messenger. I'm going to deliver her message. She appreciates this award, and also she thanks the TEL Communication Limited and the publishers of TEL Magazine for this recognition and considering her worthy of this award of the TEL Woman of the Year 2016.
While the biggest award of the night was presented to His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Nitogunsi, as the TEL Man of the Year. Oba Adeyeye Nitogunsi, obviously overwhelmed, used the platform to speak on the current ethnic crisis in the country. He dedicated the awards to the youth of Nigeria. He also preached oneness, adding that Nigeria cannot afford any form of disintegration. He appealed to the youth not to make themselves instruments of violence, further admonishing Nigerians to live together as one and stop provocative and hateful speeches that could ignite the fire of war. Our strength is in our diversity. Let us stop beating the drums of war and navigate our energy and thoughts into making Nigeria a unified and peaceful nation, he emphasized.
I am very elated today, and by virtue of the way I'm feeling, I am dedicating this award to the entire youth of this country. My fellow awardees, they've spoken very, very deeply. I would know today whether we all love this country genuinely. We cannot afford any form of disintegration in this country. 7 out of Nigerians are youth, male and female. If there is any problem, it is the youth that will face that music. We don't pray for war because nobody knows the end of war. We all know the beginning of war. So we don't pray for it, but it is actually the youth that will be the culprit. They will call the youth to come and carry guns. God forbid, all Nigerian youths, I want to appeal to each and every one of you. We should stop hate speeches, very provocative speeches.
To round off his acceptance speech, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi got the guests up on their feet with a song that preaches unity among Nigerians. The executive director and deputy editor-in-chief, TEL Magazine, Mr. Demola Oyinlola, in the vote of thanks, appreciated all who contributed to the success of the event. He thanked the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, as well as other awardees, admonishing them not to relent in their efforts.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of TEL Communications, we'd like to thank you very much for being a part of this ceremony. Like the President of TEL Communications said in his opening remarks, we have not been into awards, but when we took a decision to do this, we felt, well, at some point we needed to recognize some Nigerians who have been doing fantastically well in several spheres of life. Therefore, those who have been given awards have actually earned it, and I'd like you to put your hands together for them.
A photo session then ensued as the management of TEL Communications and all the awardees made their way to the platform to have some photo and video shots. The event was brought to a close as all the guests rose for the singing of the national anthem. From Biscon Communications, we salute TEL Communications for the initiative and congratulate the awardees for their well-deserved laurels. We also encourage them not to relent in their efforts.